Hey everybody, so by now you probably have already learned how to submit times in your timesheets or hours in your timesheet up in this box, and you've probably already been through the process of figuring out your site and going through the paperwork and documentation, but we haven't really talked too much about the assignments tab. So we're going to click on this, and this is where we're going to be able to do a couple things. One of them, we can submit our hour log. So at the end of the semester or periodically throughout the semester, if you have a supervisor who says, I'd like to sign them every week or 2 weeks or 1 month or whatever, so that they can actually look at them and make sure the hours are legit, you can do that here. If you, or your faculty can remind you that, hey, when you submit your hour logs for your assignments at the end of the semester, this is how you get them signed. So I don't know exactly what that's going to look like for you because it looks a little different for me. Probably some window's going to pop up with a request for your supervisor email or something. I don't really know exactly what that's going to look like for you, but hopefully it'll be relatively self-explanatory, although I'm finding nothing is self-explanatory with this process, but this is where you'll do that anyway. And then at the end of the semester, what we're hoping to do is take the same exact evaluation form, and I'm going to fill it out as a faculty, your site supervisor is going to fill it out, and you're going to fill out the same exact one, and then we can all kind of compare our results. If you say, I'm really not good at this, but your supervisor's like, actually you're better than you think you are probably. Or, I'm really good at doing this one particular skill, and your supervisor's like, well, in practice it doesn't really quite look like that, and there's always room for improvement. Here's what the next step might look like, or something like that. That way we're all kind of speaking the same language. So what you'll want to do is at some point, whenever your professor in your practicum internship class says so, you'll want to come here to the final student self-evaluation, open it up, and inside here you'll just kind of go through and you'll say, how good am I at nonverbal skills? You'll read these explanations and say, yep, I'll give myself a 4 or a 5 or a 1 or whatever you want to do. And then you'll go through this whole thing. At the bottom there is a little space for some qualitative explanations. In other words, like what things need to improve, what things do I generally do pretty well, what's my overall performance like, that kind of stuff. And then a few other little things to click here. You'll want to click the student self-evaluation box for yourself. And then in the phase, you're either going to pick KCREP practicum or KCREP internship, one of those two things, and then sign it and you'll be done. I don't think there's anything else to say about that, except all of the categories that you see here are based on KCREP requirement skills. And what that means is that we have an accreditation body that says, okay, Montana State University and Billings, you guys are teaching up to the standard that we think is nationally okay, or nationally accepted. So if you take this evaluation here, this is the same common language you can use in any other state. So you pass this class and you meet minimum requirements of the field in any place that you might move to. Part of the reason why we're using this system is so that it's a little more transferable to other places and you have a lot more sort of stronger proof if you have to get a job somewhere else or get a license somewhere else, something like that. So that's probably enough for now. See you later.